Hi everybody, it's great to have you here today. I'm really excited to do this video for you. If you want, pick a pile 1 through 5 and you can skip straight into the reading. If you are interested to know a little bit of background about this reading, please stay here for a couple of minutes and I think that would help you with the reading, but if you feel like you're ready, go for it. So essentially, a couple of days ago, I came up with this idea that I wanted to see what kind of past lives you might have lived, but that weren't human. So the typical past life that we've kind of talked about are, what time period did you live in? Were you a Native American? Were you Russian? What did you live through? What war? Did you live in the Black Plague era? What have you gone through in your past lives here on Earth that have affected you now? But what about your past lives that weren't lived on Earth? Now, I'm not thinking everybody has lived a past life that wasn't on Earth, but I think it would be impossible to say that, through the journey of the cosmos, that there isn't a plethora of places or beings or, anything that you couldn't have once been. And I really, really think this brings, a different scope onto things and might also relieve a couple of people who feel so not human in a sense. People who feel that their past experiences can't be described, their past traumas can't be described because it isn't human, it didn't happen here. So I know this is 5 out of the billions that it could be, but I think if you find this reading, you're meant to see it. And I think you are also meant to heal from whatever messages that we uncover here. You might learn a little bit about yourself. You might kind of figure out, that's why I'm attracted to this. That's why I stay away from that. And you might also find a piece of your family, a long lost family, something that you might have been trying to recover for a long time. So thank you for listening. I hope that clears things up. I really hope what I'm trying to say in my mind comes out for you guys, just to bring you some clarity and understanding. But thank you for listening, and let's hop on into this reading. Hello, and welcome to your reading pile number 1. So I have a couple of cards that I picked for you up here, and a pre-written note over here. Each pile got a different set of cards or a mix of certain cards to help describe the planet, to help describe the place, or whatever message that needed to come through today is going to come through those cards. But this was my initial thought on your pile. Red, fire, heat, major control, rocks and craters, gravity is super heavy. So I'm gonna just lift that up to the screen to make sure you guys can see. I have this little planet drawn here. So I think it's planet Neptune that looks like this. And I think whatever planet this is, it looks like this from the outside, no matter what galaxy it resides in. This is kind of what it looks like, and it might be red. The people might be red. It sounds like the planet is just made of almost like a big volcano. It's really hot. There's tons of rock. It might be rock people. The gravity is super heavy. So I'm feeling like these beings are pulled very closely to their planet. It's just this huge heavy feeling that I have right now. It sounds like if there is a ruler or maybe one person in charge, that they're very controlling of the people. So if you ever feel like you are controlling others or you feel controlled by others, it might actually stem from this lifetime because it was so intense about control. Let's move into the cards. I'm getting just this huge heavy feeling. So that could be related to the gravity, that could be related to the feelings that, these beings feel. So first we have peach. Inhale the breath of life. Let me raise the card up. Really pretty. I love this color. Bronze, strengthen your body. That's kind of cool. Okay, I'm seeing where it's going. Cyan, build your confidence. So what I'm getting from here is these beings are reaching out to you and saying, hey, your life on Earth is way easier than your life was here. You know, inhale the breath of life. Really take in what you have here, because you chose this life specifically to learn something, to gain something. Get the most out of it. They're saying what you've been through, what you've gone through in your past life here, from this planet, which I can't think of a name or anything, was so intense, and you need to let go of control. You need to surrender your control, or you need to not let yourself continue to be controlled in this lifetime, because that's stemming from this one. And you know, and you need to just release, you know, whatever that is, because it's really bringing you down. I'm also seeing here, strengthen your body. Now, these beings seem very strong. Like I said earlier, they feel rock-like. Gravity's super intense. They're pulling their body weight back up. I don't know if they look like us at all, but they feel rock-like. They're saying you enjoy the power and the feeling of being built, essentially. Work on your muscles, stretch, take care of yourself. You know, gain some confidence from getting back to a place that you enjoyed actually being in. You know, restoring, having control over yourself by saying, you know what? Every couple of days, I'm going to go to the gym and do weight training. I'm going to go and do this. I'm going to do that. And create a schedule for yourself, because you have the power to control your own life. And work on your body, because to you that means something. Not to everybody, and it doesn't have to, but to you, strengthening your body, caring for your body, stretching your body, that means something to you and directly impacts your confidence, which you need to continue moving forward in this life. So let's see what the other 3 cards have in store. Shagai, fragmented. Crystals, healing. Candle, illumination. Oops, and I see one more card here. Clouds, mystical. So what I'm seeing is this planet, first and foremost, had a lot of fossil-like things, had a lot of craters, and had a lot of crystals, a lot of heat. The crystals were almost like drugs, is kind of what I'm feeling. Crystals do something for the people on this planet. And when they found them and when they used them, it brought good things into their world. They're saying that you have the mastery to again replicate what you've done in this past life with crystals in this current life. You may be drawn to the beauty of crystals. You may like the feeling of them, rocks, geode, all of that. And even fossils, you might be really interested in dinosaurs and uncovering bones. That all means something to you. The energy that is bestowed within those crystals, within those bones, within seashells, within geodes, all of that does something for you that is directly influenced by this past life. And they're saying, hey, you're a master of this. Go for it. Get those things. Supply yourself with those things. If you like researching dinosaurs, evolution, all of that, continue to do so. Feed that. Hi everybody, I'm sorry the video actually let out. I keep getting interrupted. And I record this on my phone, so yep, that is why. Anyways, so what it's saying is all of your childhood wonder with, if you did, you know, really like dinosaurs and really like evolution and understanding all of that, and you were drawn to rocks and you were drawn to planets and the clouds, they're saying like, you're looking for us. You're looking for that piece of yourself. It's not silly. go back to it. You deserve to heal yourself. You deserve to heal from this past life. You deserve to explore things that fascinate you and bring you some joy. And even if you've let that go for a long time, go back to it and see what it can do for you. A lot of people collect crystals. A lot of people use them for different things. A lot of people, master the skill of using crystals to heal. And you might be able to do that same thing. I don't know if seashells and fossils are the same thing with the healing, or if it's just something that you're intrigued by and bring you some relief. But, they are a big part of this. Now, they're also holding a light up to you and saying, hey, here's new beginnings. Here's to a new life. Things on this planet have changed. It's not as controlling as it once was. It's not as intense as it once was there. When you lived on that planet, you were there at a really, really bad time. And it is different now. It's still not the best, is what I'm hearing, but it is different. And they want you to know that they're okay. If you ever feel like you are alone, if you ever feel like, man, I came to this life and nobody understands me, they're saying we do back home. And we shine this light here to help guide you through this life, because we know it can be difficult for you. And you're not an outcast. You are just unfamiliar to this place. And maybe your next reincarnation around, if you choose to, if that happens for you, you'll choose Earth again and be more comfortable. Or you'll go back home and you'll feel comfortable there. You are able to get through this life with ease if you allow yourself to. If you allow yourself to heal. Seek professional help if needed. That is a luxury that not everybody can afford. I understand that. But if you can, and if you can put the extra away and see somebody to help work you through this life and possibly your others, you will see an entirely different outcome than you can ever imagine. And you should have some goals that you want to achieve instead of doing the same thing over and over again and release and allowing yourself to be controlled by higher powers and other people, because you did not come to this life to be controlled all over again. You came to this life to experience some freedom. So you really have to find it. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying there's not going to be, tears along the way. But you can do it. And they are saying that we are supporting you from the other side and from back home. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm going to try to edit the videos so it's not as disruptive as it just was as I am filming. But thank you. And I applaud you in your journey through this life. And if you enjoyed my video, like and subscribe. If you didn't, I guess do the same. Just send positivity to me one way or the other. We should all be doing that for each other. So thank you, pile number 1, and I hope to see you in another video. Goodbye. Hi, pile number 2. So I just want to let you know that the reading before this one, I was interrupted on multiple occasions, so it might happen in this one as well. And the last pile actually had such a really heavy and sad energy to it that I'm trying to recover. I don't feel that same energy for your pile, which is great, but I am trying to let go of the, intensity of the prior one and move forward in this one. So first, I just want to say that I have some pre-written stuff as well as I have basic cards. The goal of this is to uncover the planet, uncover the messages of the people, the beings that are there, and see how that affects your life and what is it according to you, how it affects you. So let's get into it. So I wrote this one up, and it says, we've mastered transferring consciousness in order to travel. Okay. Gray, green, orange. The physical is gone. They've chosen this life. Okay, I find this actually really, really interesting. So first and foremost, when I was doing this, I was drawing planets, on the side. And I was getting colors usually first, but this one, they went straight into it and they're like, hey, the most important thing about us is we've mastered transferring consciousness in order to travel. And they're saying that their physical life, what we know, like our physical, it's gone for them. They don't do the same thing that we do. They strictly use their consciousness, which is really interesting, and I'm excited to learn more about that. So let's start with these cards. What I am saying is not to hurt you. I'm freeing myself. I am looking for connection and healthy communication. My inner child's wounds are being opened. I can tell you do not know how to even help me. Do you even want to? Okay, so what I'm seeing before I move into the cards, because the cards are definitely going to dive more into who these people are, what they look, stuff like that. But what I'm seeing first is they're saying like, hey, the stuff that you want to know about us, like what planet we live on, what color we are, what do we look like, is not important to me. What's important to me, to us, to these people, is you healing yourself, you communicating, you connecting with others, healing your inner child, healing your past self, healing your past lives. They're saying healing is the most important thing that you could possibly do because it frees you and sets you up for everything to come. They don't want to start with the physical. They want to start with what's most important, which is the emotional, the spiritual stuff. I don't know if this resonates with you, but I see a lot of pain and a lot of suffering in this current life. They want you to know that what you have mastered in a past life, being one of them, is so much greater and far beyond what you can even conceptualize as a human. They want you to know that you've done some amazing shit and you can continue to do some amazing stuff, but you need to heal yourself first. Let's get into some of these cards. So we have the waiting game, crown chakra, spiritual union. So what I'm getting about these people is that they communicate through the crown chakra. They communicate through the mind. They've been able to see a number of different planets, a number of different people, places, existences through just simply transferring their mind from one place to another. They are heavily involved in a spiritual type union. What I think they mean by that is they are heavily involved in trying to find their soulmate. They always look to having, a group of individuals or one person that they go through their lives with. You may have one on this life, or you may be sad because you haven't found that person, or you feel like they don't exist because maybe they're still on this life. They're still on this planet. The waiting game. These people, they planted the seeds that then grew into a tree. They took a long time to get to where they are. Millions of years. The fact that they've existed that long shows you how resilient these people are, these beings are. They have mastered something that the human race definitely has not, and they have been able to care for themselves and their planet for a very long time. They tried for, you might be someone who meditates a lot or wants to. Part of meditation for them and part of calming the mind for them, even though they seem like beings that don't necessarily have a body like we do, by doing that, they were able to transfer themselves across the universe, the endless, abundant universe, through galaxies, through planets. They're able to set what timeline they want to be on. Anything they want to know, they have immediate access to that knowledge. These people are so smart. You might be someone who enjoys knowledge in this lifetime, enjoys spiritual things, enjoys meditation. Go towards that, run towards that, find your peace there, for sure. So this is a little bit about the people. Now I have wishbone, affirmation, and fire, spontaneity. So what I'm getting first and foremost is any wish that you have, it will be granted. They're giving you a solid yes on whatever question you've been asking yourself. I know this isn't a yes or no video, but they're saying, like, if you have been saying, should I leave this person? If you have been saying, should I move? If you have been saying, should I go back to school? The answer is yes. You know, they're saying yes, move on, move forward, do better things, do greater things, find greater people, find your soul group. Fire, spontaneity. They're saying jump out of complacency. Get out of the mundane routines that you have and say, I'm moving to Texas as you currently live in, I don't know, Nevada. You're going to pick up, you're going to move around, you're going to change your scenery, you're going to say, holy shit, I should have done this a long time ago. Move, 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 move. Spontaneity. Do things that even shock yourself, not just the others around you. You know, your friend might be like, hey, why the hell did you just move? And you're like, I don't even know. Don't even ask me because I don't know. So it's a surprise for yourself what you're going to do next. We have self-forgiveness. Let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. They're saying that you're one of us. You are perfect. You are beautifully made, and you have experienced lifetimes that make you this perfect. They're saying, hey, forgive yourself. There's no shame. There's no guilt here. You came to this life. You specifically chose to be a human out of all things. And you are living this life to learn something. Your memory has been entirely erased as you've come to this life. Every day you learn a little bit something more of your past. You learn a little bit something more about your life. And the challenge is to find what you were meant to do here. I feel like you're stuck, complacent. You're not moving. You're not moving towards that goal. They're trying to remind you of that goal. They're like, wake up, wake up, wake up. You're one of us. Gray, green, orange were the three colors that they gave. I see spots of gray, green, and orange here. I wonder if that's almost what they look like. They're out of our conception of human. They do not have like a humanoid type body. They don't have anything that I could even compare it to. Like, I know, like, we know what certain animals look like. We know what, you know, I have this little like thing over here, like this little alien. We know like this archetype. They look nothing like that, nothing tangible. I bet if we were traveling through the endless cosmos, their planet is so unique that we wouldn't see it with the human eye. We just bump into something and we're like, what is going on? We literally could not even see it. What they have is so unbelievably unique. And they want to remind you to affirm that for yourself. You are unique in this life because of what you have lived. You bring things to the table that nobody else can. You are one of them. Look to them. Look to the cosmos. Look to the sky. Ask for them. They're here. Connect through your crown chakra. Meditate. Find your soul group, or if you feel alone, know that this is why. You have greater and better things to do. Be spontaneous. You know, randomly you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to move here. Hey, I'm going to take this job. The reason why you didn't put any thought into that is because you didn't need to. Is because for once you have to do something without a bunch of thought. They're going to make the choice for you. They're going to set you in a different path. One day you'll know why. Thank you, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. If you didn't, please do the same. Just spread positivity wherever you go. Especially during these times. I send it to you. I really hope this resonated. And if it didn't, please pick another pile. And if it still doesn't, maybe this wasn't for you to hear. But I really, really feel like, on some sense, if you did find your way here, you were meant to hear it. Thank you guys. Bye. And hello, pile number 3. So I just had a great reading before this one. The first reading was a little bit sadder, a little bit more intense. Then I got into the energy of the second reading, and wow, I am uplifted. Really cool reading, really interesting type of energy I was getting. Let's start with this main card that I wrote. So I have some information on the back of it. Interestingly enough, in comparison to the other ones that I wrote up, yours is the only one that had me write something on the back, and it says hello, welcome. If you compare it to, you know, the other readings, like we have like this, nothing, but yours is hello, welcome. I think they're really excited that you've made your way here, and that's why they had me write it. So first I see the color green and this little rock. We've made contact. So I believe they've made contact with us is what they're trying to say. They have access to universal knowledge. You may find yourself in this lifetime to be curious or to be an old soul. Someone with a lot of wisdom, but yet someone who is continuously trying to learn. Home is possibly destroyed or could not be found. So for these people, it sounds like maybe an asteroid, and maybe that's what that little picture is, destroyed their planet, but didn't destroy them. They're still alive, they're still functioning, they're still well. They've figured out how to deal with shit, but their planet died. Or after a mission of leaving that planet, because they might have ruined it as we are kind of ruining Earth, they couldn't find their way back home. So either one, their planet might be shaped like this somehow, I don't know. So either way, I feel like that's what they're trying to say their story is. First we have I Ching, change. Victory and success. Emotional loss. Rest and rejuvenate. Let's start with these 4. I feel like they're already telling us a story, so I have to actually kind of move them around. So what I'm seeing here is there was a huge change. So either they lost their planet or it was destroyed. They felt a lot of emotional loss. They were searching the cosmos for something that could refill their heart for the loss that they had encountered. Not only did they lose their home, they lost their people. They lost access to things that they feel like they'll never be able to find again. They've roamed the galaxy, searching for anything that comes close to the planet that they had once inhabited. It's almost like if you lost your home, maybe you would always search for it, search for it as well. They took a rest. They rejuvenated themselves, and they found victory and success. They were able to continue their space travel. They may have found another planet to reside on, and they don't want to be a bother, is what I hear. So they've just been through a lot of change. Now, this is another card I'm pulling, Emerald. What I'm seeing is a lot of green, and I know like the first card had already said green, but I'm seeing green everywhere. Soulmate relationship. Dream big. First and foremost, I feel like whatever planet these aliens have found themselves on, they hide in, I'm so sorry, I'm trying to pick up that card. They hide in the woods, okay? They hide in the trees. They mask themselves to look like nothing is there. So wherever they're at, I think it's also occupied already. So they're trying not to make a big deal about them being there. They just feel like the planet is closest to maybe what they have once lived on, or it was the closest planet they found with that could sustain life. Calm your mind, your body, and your soul. They're saying that they really had to rest, rejuvenate, meditate, work on this for a long time. Now, these people dream big, and that's what got them here. That's what got them so far ahead, is they dreamed big. I see some more green, by the way. Sorry, my hands are shaking. And I see soulmate relationship. These are people that constantly, you know, spend time with their soul group, their soul tribe, their significant other. They seem to live for a long, long time, but that doesn't stop them from forming a bond that lasts that entire time. What I'm seeing here is you may have possibly been one of these beings before in a past life. They want you to know that in this life, you can find your soulmate and you can dream big. You will achieve success because you have been one of them. You might have a fighter soul, a soul that no matter what you've been through, you always get back up and you try again and you go again and you figure it out. They do the same thing. You get that from them. They want you to know that they're closer than you think. They're here for you. Not that they watch you, but they do look over you in some sense. They check on you. They know who you once were. And you mean something to them still. They're soulmate relationship people, beings. If you ever feel lost, if you ever feel like your home, you don't have a home, could be directly linked to this. If you feel like you like to read or you kind of like school, you might not like having to do all the work, but you like the knowledge that school gives you, you definitely were probably one of these people. They seem like people who could research for the rest of their lives and have fun doing it. They never stop. You might be someone who has a lot of energy, but you can't really figure out where all that energy is coming from. You might also be really drawn to the woods. You might be drawn to the cosmos. You might be really frightened and scared by an asteroid or some type of rock hitting the planet and destroying it. You might have had that fear, you know, through your life. You might have always had huge dreams of space exploration or been really interested in evolution. They're saying that, you know, we're not small-minded. We are really, really cool. And really interestingly enough, I had gotten this for Valentine's Day, and I see this little green alien. And I feel like when they wrote the color green, either their planet was green or they're green, so that just reminded me of it. And I see so much green in here. This reading really made me feel a little bit pressure, a little bit of sadness and loss. Maybe you feel lost. You are found. You are taken care of. Maybe typical angel and shaman type stuff doesn't really resonate with you, Wicca, all that. Maybe what does resonate with you is starseed type energy. You've always looked to the stars. And if Wiccan does interest you, it's probably because they want you to be more connected to the earth as they are connected to the earth currently. Oh, yeah, they might be here. They might even be here. Is what I finally just got. I don't know. So weird. I feel like I'm at a loss for words. They're just so happy to have found you. Thank you guys for listening to my reading. I think I'm going to end it here because I have nothing else to say. I'm really grateful for you. Leave me a like, a subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't, please do the same thing. Spread positivity wherever you can and however you can, as I want to do for you. I hope you send it right back, and send it to the people in your life, and send it to all of those who are struggling currently. Thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye. Hello and welcome, pile number 4. Now, today we're going to be seeing what past life you might have lived that wasn't of Earth, and I'm really excited to do this for you here today. The pile that was right before yours gave me a little bit of like a solemn and sad energy, so I'm really trying to recover from that. Every other pile has had a different energy, and I'm hoping this one is a little bit less intense than, you know, some of the other ones, so I can give you the best reading possible. So first and foremost, I wrote this little list over here that kind of explains little qualities that they wanted you to know that help you understand who these people were. So the first thing I got was blue, water, fish-like, possibly Syrian, singing, sound, people who seek truth. So in this lifetime, you might be drawn to the color blue. Their planet may be blue. They may have a lot of water. These beings might be fish-like, or their planet might be ocean-esque, full of fish, full of like mermaid people, full of, you know, oh, kind of just like this is kind of what I'm seeing, you know. I don't know if they look human, but there's definitely water on that planet. And you might have always been drawn to water and fish and even mermaids. Possibly Syrian. I know that's a type of star seed being. Don't know much about them, but definitely look into Syrian if you are interested. Singing and sound might be something for you. You might like to sing. You might like singing bowls, like sorry, but kind of like that, like noise. Different types of sounds might do different things for you. You might be really interested in music. Music might be a huge part of your life. And people who seek truth. You might be someone in this lifetime that really does their research, really feels passionate about what they're saying, what they're talking about. You might be passionate about social issues, but you seek the truth in whatever you do research on, because that means something to you and that connects you right back to these people. So let's first go forth. Let's do these cards first. Divine Magic. Oh, let me lift that up for you just so you can kind of see. Healing Heart. Time to move on. Father Healing. So what I'm getting is, if you are someone who has descended from these people, if you are someone who has once lived a life as this type of being, you may have experienced father or partner issues in this lifetime. And it might be time to move on from those certain situations. These people are healers, naturally. They use water, they use the ocean, they use all of their resources, the energies of those resources, to heal each other, to heal collectively our universe, our our galaxies. They heal everybody and everything through knowledge and through the use of their beautiful, beautiful planet. I mean, this place seems like heaven. It's gorgeous. Divine Magic. These are people who have mastered spirituality and magic in a sense. You might have always been drawn to Wiccan, or the idea of magic. You might have always been drawn to fairies and mermaids and the Loch Ness Monster. Things that people say aren't real. You've always believed in them because you've, on some level, remembered this life and how mystical it was. You know, on some level, anything can exist if these people do. There are no words that I could even put together because of my human experience that could describe these people as they should be. Father healing seems like a huge thing. Moving on seems like a huge thing. Letting go of the things that you've experienced on this planet. It is time to just move on and go into the truth-seeking being that you are meant to be in this lifetime. Brilliance. Discover your sparkle. And we have some more water. Find richness from the dark night. Coral. Allow flow and synchronicity into your life. I feel like what they're trying to say here is you are a being of absolute magic. Discover that again. Be that person again. Hello. Sorry, I actually had a distraction, so let me just get back to that. So they want you to be that being of light. They want you to harness the energy that you once had. Find richness from the dark night. They want you to know that you picked this life for a reason. I've gotten this with every pile, and I feel it so genuinely. You left who you once were. That incarnation, that body, that being. And you specifically chose this life. It may be difficult. You may have faced a lot of challenging situations, and you would ask me, why the heck would I ever choose this? Or maybe you live a life of luxury and you can understand why you would have chose it. But they're saying you chose this life for a reason. Every good and every bad thing, you're learning something from it. Please leave this life with the knowledge that you came here to find, the knowledge that you have been seeking, and you specifically chose this life here as a human. Out of the quadrillion, trillion, million things you could have done, been, this is what you chose. Why did you choose it? Find out why. Coral. They're saying to connect back with spirit, to meditate, to connect back with universal knowledge, as in maybe try to access Akashic records through meditation, possibly go back to school, pick up subjects that mean something to you. It doesn't just have to be biology, all of that. There is awesome things that you could learn through social sciences that I feel like would give you more of a purpose than some of the other things that maybe make more money. So they're saying, like, throw the money part to the side if you can, and really dive deep into the knowledge that humans have found. Because when you leave here, you will have access to all of that knowledge, but they want you to know it. They want you to learn it here. They want you to embrace it. So there's definitely a lot about knowledge. There's definitely a lot about learning through unconventional means. So like learning through life itself, learning through relationships, not just school, not just college, learning through podcasts and stuff like that. They definitely just want you to branch out. They're people who seek truth, and truth is knowledge. Knowledge is power. You came here for a reason. I think it is to harness that power. If you are someone who was once this being, you found this video for a reason. You may be someone who really enjoys water and nature, and maybe get back to that. Go swimming this summer if you can. Take a bath. Go on a nature walk. Look up images of the ocean. Do research into aquatic animals. Get that fix, because you were once that person. Look into fairies, look into mermaids and mermen, and see what history there is of those beings. Connect back to your inner child. Where would they have wanted you to be if they were looking into the future? So if you were your 10-year-old version of yourself, what did that 10-year-old version want to see? And what was that 10-year-old version of yourself interested in? I think that's really all I have here. Actually, I'm being called to pull one card here from this deck. So I believe this is my quote deck. So let's pick from that. Childhood trauma trains us to anticipate other people's needs while ignoring our own. As we heal, we rediscover ourselves. I have a deeply inarticulate and hidden desire for something beyond the daily life. Virginia Woolf. So what I'm seeing here, and hold on, I'm being called to one other deck. I love my mind. I live in my imagination. They're saying that you are crazy creative, imaginative people because you have seen, like I said at the beginning of this video, because in this past reincarnation, you have seen the coolest, most mystical, beautiful scenarios ever, and they still live with you, and they'll live with you forever. You might have been a child who daydreamed a lot. You might be a person who still daydreams a lot. You might have had many imaginary friends, and they're saying that all has to do with who you are now, and those are all important experiences that you have had. You may have experienced trauma in your lifetime, especially in childhood. You may have learned to anticipate people's needs, and they're saying you need to heal. You need to heal to be able to seek truth, and when you heal yourself, you will learn how to seek truth more clearly and more articulately. Sorry. More specifically, you'll be able to find knowledge and heal in a different way when you rediscover yourself. So as you go through and you're like, I know what I want, I know what I need, I know what I've been through, you will be able to access knowledge and truth in a different way, in a different power. It says here too that, and they put it, of course, on top of the card that says like flow and synchronicity. It's saying, change up your life. You know that you want something to change, do it. You are seeking for the great beyond. You will never reach in this lifetime the amount of intense beauty this planet held, and you'll always look for that. You'll always be looking for, the most beautiful waterfalls and mountains. You'll never find what this planet held for you, and I'm sorry to say that, but that's the truth. But you will find something different. You need to find something better. Heal, imagine, create, go to school, or learn in a new way. Hold things that are blue close to you, touch water, and meditate. Overall, that's it. That's what they want you to know. Move on from things that no longer serve you. You are a being of light. You are a being that deserves the best in this life. Learn from this life. If you enjoyed my reading, please give me a thumbs up, a like, or subscribe, or subscribe. If you want more videos from me or are interested in any type of, reading, definitely drop down in the comment section below what you would like to see from me. This is different for me to do a reading on. I typically do like reading on personal things and relationships and whatnot, but I really like this. I thought this was really, really cool and imaginative and fun. So if you enjoyed this reading, again, like, subscribe, watch my other videos, and I will hopefully be posting more. Thank you so much, and spread positive energy and heal, my friends. Bye. Hello, pile number 5. So you are my last pile. I did take a break between the last pile and this one, so just to get rid of that energy and stuff and start anew for this one. So the first thing that I'm going to pull is something that I wrote up myself to initially connect with the cards and connect with, whatever beings that we're talking to. So the message that I got here is purple, pink, blue, gaseous clouds, easy to float, heaven-like, beyond human comprehension. So to me, this sounds like the planet or the beings are purple, pink, and blue. Those might be some of your favorite colors. We have a mix of those right in here. The planet must be gaseous and hold a lot of clouds. It seems like it's easy to float there. It's beautiful. It heaven-like. It's gorgeous. And I don't think it's something that we can completely understand because we understand beings that look like us. We are made of what our earth is made of. We came out of our own personal evolution. We grew through the possibility of what earth gave us. These beings grew out of what their planet supplied to them. So completely out of our realm of understanding for sure is the main feeling that I'm getting. They only gave a few cards. Other piles, I mean, other piles drew pictures of the planet. Other piles had a lot of cards, and this one only has 4. So let's see what we got. Stand your ground, fulfillment of wishes, wisdom, harmony. So these people, this planet seems to have never have experienced famine, war, horror of any kind. They have protected their planet from everything possible in very peaceful ways. I mean, look at this card. Look how beautiful this is. Gorgeous. The waterfalls in the background. He's standing on a leaf, and treasures are abundant. He or she is holding flowers and food and everything that they need. This planet could fulfill anybody's wish. This planet gives everything to its people. They know how to find it for themselves. There's nothing, nobody lacks anything, and there's nothing anybody wants because they already have it the moment they want it. These people hold wisdom of the ancients, wisdom of every life form, wisdom of everything. These are very, very smart beings, but they don't try to be. Naturally, this stuff comes to them, and they easily fall in harmony. I don't feel like a soulmate connection in this one. I don't feel like, you know, they are tied to others. Collectively, they work together, but they don't need a partner. They don't need a soul group. They just naturally kind of live. Really interesting. And I pulled this card. Not all people are supposed to be loyal to you. Some are meant to remind you to watch the company you keep. I think that's a message to you guys right now. As incarnates of a later incarnate of these people, they're saying, hey, like, stop looking for us and other people. You will never find what you once had here on earth. We are just too heaven-like. We are beyond this. You came to this earth to learn something. You chose this life for a reason, and it doesn't have to involve people. Try to harness the energy that you once had, where you didn't need anybody. You fulfilled your own wishes. It sounds like they do spend time with each other, and there are like groups of these beings, but it's not how we are acting on earth. And they're saying it's okay to embody the hermit. It's okay to go sit in solitude, but it's also okay to want someone. But don't try to make them stay your company. They're not always going to be loyal to you. They're saying this might be a past life that you haven't lived for a very long time. So it's getting harder and harder and more difficult for you to really connect with it. I'm getting this one other card from my quote. One, she's magic, that one. She or he, but that was just like a quote that I found, so I copied it word for word. They're saying, like, you can harness, like, meditate, connect with them, call upon them. I know there's no name, but say, you know, to the beings that I once was, that I watched in a reading. I feel you, I connect with you, I feel lonely on this planet, I need some direction, I want to harness all of the amazing qualities that you all have. Please show me how to get that in this life. Please show me how to make an impact in this life. What am I here for? I miss having my home. I miss having a place to be safe and comfy. You will always miss this place because it was so harmonious, because it was so magical. I don't think you'll ever find anything like it, to be completely honest. Explain to me your love language. I feel misunderstood. I'm so sorry. There was an interruption, but we are back in action. Explain to me your love language. I feel misunderstood and unloved. The way that your people used to communicate is just telepathically and through the mind. You knew that you were loved. You knew that you were abundant in all things, including love. In this lifetime, it's not that easy to understand. They're saying to reach out to the people in your life and say, hey, how do you show love? Because I'm not understanding it. you're someone who thinks maybe people can read your mind, or you try to read other people's mind and interpret what's going on for them instead of actually asking them. You need to understand that some people give gifts to show love, while some people cuddle you to show love, and some people try to control your life to show love, even though that's not appropriate or safe or okay. But people show love in a bunch of different ways, so you cannot just say, they don't love me because of this, and they don't love me because of that. And I have one more card I think I'm going to pull for you guys. But all of this is connected to this life. I find relief when I am with you. You need to connect back to this lifetime. You will find relief there. You might find relief in a person. Maybe they shared this journey with you. They were once there. But what I'm really feeling is, when you meditate and you grow close to this planet, what this planet had once given to you, you will be able to feel some relief from this life. You won't be in so much pain and loneliness. You'll be able to really come to the surface and say, hey, I love this life. I'm here to learn something, and I'm only going to allow in good things. So I really think that's it. I want to pull out more cards for you, but at the same time, I'm genuinely feeling like I shouldn't. Overall, I think your pile was one of the shortest and just one of the shortest readings from this video, simply because this is beyond human comprehension. Whatever massive message they're trying to give me, I almost probably can't even understand. They're trying to put it in simple terms. They're trying to show you that everything's going to be okay. They want to remind you that you are magic. You are a beautiful being. You need to stand your ground. They also wanted to tell you a little bit about their people, but they didn't want to go too in depth. The main thing that you have to know, the main things that you might be remembering from this life that are affecting you in this life, is that you once lived somewhere that was so amazing, so beautiful, that now living in a planet that has so much pain, terror, and violence, it's really scary and shocking to you. You used to feel so connected to everybody and everything in this life because of just how it was set up and what you were able to do as this being. And in this life, you might feel very disconnected. If you once felt this way and things have changed because you've grown into it, they want to congratulate you. When you come to Earth, you are completely wiped of all of your previous memories and lives. The goal is to figure out what you're meant to do here, what you're meant to learn, and pick apart a lesson in every day. Continue to do that. Continue to find your purpose. Continue to learn. That's what you came here to do. I promise you that. So please leave a like, subscribe if you want more videos, leave a comment of any video ideas that you would like to see in the future. And if you didn't like my reading, you could pick out a different pile if this one didn't resonate, but maybe none of these are for you, I'm not sure. But I'm thinking if you made your way to this video, most likely one of them are. So thank you again, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.